Into the light now. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Can you try to Look alive and get hype. It is National Championship time for the NECC Round 1 for Post University Orange, facing off with New Haven Chargers. University of New Haven, of course, the rematch from last year's championship. And Post University, they had the 4-0 victory last season, but they head into this one, of course, with the revenge on the other side of it. Over the course of the season, Post University, they made the move up to Emergence Division. And although their season wasn't quite as impactful as far as the win column goes from last season, compared to last season, that is, it is a whole different ball game in the Emergence Division. That being said, it was a 4-0. Spence did a great job to come in, and Big Spence was really, his level of growth was absolutely outstanding throughout the course of the season. However, Nazmyth returns here for Post University Orange for the Nationals here on the NECC, and he will be making an appearance here for the playoff time. Excited to have him back. I know Spence has got a lot to learn, from these players, and has learned and grown over the course of the season. And no better way to do that than to watch Nazmyth here in this NECC National Championship here. Absolutely, Big Spence. Welcome you to the chat. You did a great job over the course of the season. Definitely earned your right on this roster. And now Nazmyth comes back. An opportunity to make a splash here in the National Championship. And Spence, you'll have an opportunity to move forward with Post University Orange as well on the Rocket League side. Now, again, last season, the championship. What a moment it was. Me and Chixxa, now the coach for Post University Orange, we're on the call for that one, and we lived quite a moment in Post University history as the Rocket League team did win that, like I mentioned, by sweep 4-0. But this team is no sleeper. I will say it over and over again. Just as Post University does not sleep, they continuously work throughout the course of the season. In the offseason, doesn't matter. They're always on the grind. Well, so is this team from New Haven. The Chargers come in. Mountain Drew, we've seen him, what he's been able to accomplish with Jollification. That combination is one that needs to be shut down. It was last season. But again, after Nazmyth had taken off this season with the team, that means that they need to get the chemistry back. That being said, before this match even kicked off, we saw them in matches, getting prepared, getting ready, and that's what it takes here for these two teams to really make a splash. Well, this time around, don't be confused. Post University will be in orange. Will be in blue, rather. And it'll be the Chargers in blue. And we are underway here with game number 1. Starts right now. As right off the kickoff, the follow-up, KeramiK able to get to it. You weren't able to witness it at first, but watch this again on the replay. Goes up high. Jollification couldn't get the touch, and KeramiK does the rest. Nazmyth, it took only 13 seconds, and he's made a difference here on the scoreboard with an assist right off the bat. And already cooking our Post University Orange. Wow, what a start here. And they'll look to keep the foot on the gas. This round 1 will be a best of 7. So it'll be a long series. You wanted a good start, and that's exactly what you got for Post University Orange. But you know, New Haven's got that chip on their shoulder. After going down 0-4, and it wasn't a blowout by any means. I mean, this New Haven Chargers team really gave Post University a run for their money in all 4 games that were played. And they came up short. And they're out for blood. But so is Nazmyth. He does a great job to pop it through the box here and try to challenge this back line in defense for New Haven. But on it already, KeramiK tried the fake, threw one there, top of the box. Nazmyth will go high with it, though. Jollification challenged by Gotti. That'll allow KeramiK to get right back to it. Challenges the back wall, almost got that read on Pumpkin. But Pumpkin was able to do just enough to keep it away. Now off the wall, Mountain Drew, Jollification. Oh, it's a mistouch, a bump as well. But the defensive New Haven gets across here. And finally, the Chargers have a chance to breathe. It has been all Post University Orange. The Eagles have flown so high in the first minute and a half. Nazmyth was looking to keep the pressure on. Mountain Drew, a great job to hold that, beat a defender there, and get it past half field, because that hasn't happened very frequently. And now This will fall back to where Mountain Drew was waiting for it. Trying to get a little bit physical themselves as they attempted that bump. But did not land that here. Gotti. Now a double commit here. This one will bounce back down. Nazmyth needed to get back up to it and makes a big save. Jollification. He'll look to try to press into the box, but Gotti gets to it. And now a bump, though. It rolls very slowly, menacingly towards the back line, but it was dug out by the defense here of Post University Orange. And they will finally get a touch, but it's not out. Jollification shot on. Pumpkin was looking for the bump, but couldn't locate the last defender of Post University. And it'll fall back into the zone. That goal, 13 seconds into game number 1, and since then, it has been very defensive-minded. Post University caught them off guard early, but as we settle things in, both teams really have shown their hand, both offensively, defensively. Able to get on the board here. Pumpkin with some support here will help out Jollification. Drop it right back down in duo with the pass, try to collect it and make a move there on the ground, but Gotti was keen to it and was able to drop it there for KeramiK. Now Nazmyth, he's gonna be 50-50. Mountain Drew to the box, and KeramiK was able to circle around and get a touch before anything could develop further. But now, foot still on the gas. Now a miss as Pumpkin took a shot, and unfortunately, when he made the flip, he cycled all the way around to hit the front side of the top end of his car to get basically nothing on that one. So a missed opportunity, a blunder, if you will. Still not out of harm's way. Nazmyth, oh, he was looking, eyeballing that shot, but he was bumped off it. A great play from the defense there. Again, Mountain Drew coming up big. KeramiK now able to get it done. 2-0 with the Doomsday dish. And finally they break through again. After 13 seconds into game 1 was the first goal. Well, a minute 13 left on the clock. And Post University Orange up 2-0. They strike early and late. Get a bit of a cushion goal. Now down to a minute. Feeling a lot more comfortable about it, especially when the last member missed it back for New Haven. And it rolled through the box for what seemed like a lifetime, but eventually New Haven was able to get to it, and the Chargers charge out, but only get as far as midfield. KeramiK's right back on it. The dunk! That one will go! KeramiK 3-0 now! Oh, it's the start we saw in last season's finals for the NECC. And now we see again, they're popping off early. This game 1, looking more and more like Post University Orange has secured it. Gotti wasn't able to collect it. It looked like he was shooting towards his own net. I won't say what he was trying to do there, to be honest, because I have no idea, but honestly, it worked out. That's when he shot it backwards. It was a very strong back pass, is what we're going to go with. But either way, Pumpkin Lad is bumped off at this one, and good thing he was. Mountain Drew was looking for the bump on KeramiK, and somehow they bailed themselves out. Shot taken, Jollification trying to get the first goal on the board, but with 10 seconds left, Post University will get out with game 1 in a victory. Moving to game 2 here with the series lead. It's still denied. Even in these moments, they don't want to give up and surrender a goal and give any kind of momentum. Post University Orange has taken game 1. It's a hat trick from KeramiK. Set up by Nazmyth once, set up by Gotti once. And 2 saves apiece for both KeramiK and Nazmyth as well. They had 9 shots between those two. And Gotti settling back into that third man role. Typically, we saw that from Spence a little bit over the course of the season. Gotti's very comfortable in that role, just making sure the midfield is held onto. And he does such a stellar job of exactly that. I mean, we've seen it on multiple occasions last season, and we even see him kind of settle down and play that midfield role during the course of this season as well. The way they were able to transition back into the offensive and get that pressure was very, very suffocating against the Chargers, who weren't able to really lead anything out. And although they were able to get through a few times, they weren't able to strike through with a goal. 4 saves from Pumpkin, so Pumpkin was trying to bail out the Chargers on multiple occasions, in fact did so. But they'll need a little bit more defensive support, maybe focus on that before transitioning to the offensive side. I didn't hate what I saw from the Chargers there. I thought New Haven really brought some energy and hype. And, throughout the entirety of the midsection of that game number 1, they were giving Post University a run for their money. But then it was actually the Eagles that ran away with that game number 1 as we head into game number 2 now. Already back foot on the gas. Did not miss a beat. Gotti will go backwards. Good communication from KeramiK to call off Nazmyth, who is backing up in support, maybe looking to get a touch away from one of the Chargers. Nazmyth back on it. Look at the patience. No boost in the tank. They know that. Gonna pull back out here. It's KeramiK. Now Drew with a great read there to get this one out, and they'll play it just the length of the pitch to relieve a little bit of that pressure, but they just gave away possession, and now Nazmyth collects the 100 boost from the midfield. Now we'll try to transition that back to the box, but he'll find Gotti instead. He'll try the shot, maybe try to fake it there too, as he missed a couple of times. The Eagles are able to do that. That'll allow the challenge here from Gotti, a demo that'll free up for KeramiK. But unfortunately, a missed touch there I thought was going to end this sequence, but now Gotti another shot. But no surprise there, Pumpkin led after 4 saves in game number 1. He will come up with another big one, and that'll allow Jollification to send it going to the pitch yet again. So much transitional play, and really Post University will play this all day long, given their superior speed in this matchup. That's really what they're trying to do and accomplish here. Because any effort from New Haven to try to break out of the zone typically ends at midfield, so then they can transition directly back. Oh my goodness, a pinch! That's gonna go! Gotti just found the right opportunity to strike out in this 50-50 situation from Mountain Drew, and he's just launched it off the hood of his car. And another lead here for Post University Orange. Well, sometimes when things are going right, they tend to in every aspect, including the bounces. Granted, that was a read. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't all luck there. Certainly fortunate with how much velocity they were able to get onto that shot. Gotti, that is. But at the same time, it really was pretty calculated as far as trying to just bank it off his car to get it back out the field. I don't think he thought it was going to go into the back of the net, but you take it. So Post off to this hot start in game 1. And has now found the first goal. Broke the ice here in game 2. Every ball has a challenge. New Haven's looking patient, and usually I like that from teams. I like the teams that can really hold their own, not rush into situations. That's probably a keen part of their conversations as well, or a main part of it, that is. Was to ensure that you're not rushing into clears that'll just give possession back to Post University Orange. We saw that so many times in game number 1, where a big clear would just kind of find KeramiK or Gotti typically in that third man role. And now launching down the field, that one hit the post. Follow-up shot a couple of times. Pumpkin, the one to equalize here with 1:44 left. And finally, after about 8 minutes of play, just over 8 minutes of gameplay in this best of 7 series in round 1 of the NECC National Championship, and New Haven finally finds a goal. No surprise the way Pumpkin's been playing. He's the first one to do it here for New Haven to get them on the board. Nazmyth will bank off side wall. KeramiK already up for the dunk. Oh, he's stronger. He hits the gym. 2-1, and Post University takes the lead directly back. What a read from KeramiK. Mountain Drew was, okay, there's not many times where you want to go across your own net. But hear me out. There was only one place he could go, and it seemed pretty safe. So I feel like a lot of players would take that chance in that moment. But KeramiK just happened to find the read there. That was excellent. Somebody needs to be on this, clipping that. That was insane. So now with a minute 4, Post University Orange back in the lead here. Game 2, Nazmyth looking for a touch. Almost had that one as well for the redirect. But it ends up falling a little bit short. A little bit shy here, and Pumpkin will kick it off here for New Haven, who despite their best efforts, they've been really stellar when it comes to the pesky Eagles that we've seen so far. But how do you defend it? Oh, this one on the goal line, dug out by Jollification. Great pass, great shot, just off the mark. And New Haven, I credit them for staying cool, calm, collected in that moment, because that is a high-stakes pressure situation. But they're still in it. 15 seconds left. KeramiK actually going to go backwards with this touch. Nazmyth didn't get a touch either. Jollification high. Gotti needs a touch and gets it. This one will play high, but now Jollification back up to it. He wasn't able to connect. Nazmyth able to touch it back now, and with 1 second left, they need to keep it up. And although they do, it'll be all the way back down, and Post University Orange will allow it to hit the ground. They've got game 2 in their pocket as well. Full-fledged effort from the offense, from their defense, as Nazmyth picked up the Savior medal with 3 saves of his own, but also had 5 shots there on the other side of things. Pumpkin, again, just doing big things defensively in game number 1. Was able to get a goal to equalize, but directly back. That answer from Post University Orange really seemed very discouraging for the Chargers there, and they just weren't able to, unfortunately, get any traction going again. They had a couple of opportunities, but no real threat, no real grade A chances there towards the end of this one to try to equalize. Like the Chargers sticking into this one, I think, they continue to keep it close. They find creative ways to transition. They did a much better job transitioning from the defensive side to the offensive side of the ball, but at the end of the day, you got to find more shots there. It felt like they were, digging some of the opportunities off of their own goal line rather than being able to pressure the net of Post University Orange. But they have the talent in them. We've seen it on multiple occasions. They continue to apply pressure, but they have to get a win. It feels like this is a must-win for the Chargers here. Otherwise, Post University Orange will be in a familiar territory. A match point if they're able to get it done here in this game number 3. And the Chargers will start with possession already off the bat to try to get things going. This will bounce off the side wall, and Nazmyth will tap it away from Mountain Drew, who used a lot of boost to try to get up to it, and found no value from it because of the touch of Post University Orange. Gotti here on the goal line. Nazmyth to clean it up. Another early lead for Post University Orange. Nazmyth played it high, the waterfall down, and Gotti, look at Jollification. He was fooled. Thought that Gotti was going to take a shot there, and whether it was intentional or not, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there that he tapped it away instead of taking the shot where Jollification knew where it was going to read it to make the save. Instead, he tapped it backwards and allowed Nazmyth to do the rest. Now a 1-0 lead for Post University Orange. We said it's a long series. You got to continue to make big plays, and that's exactly what Post Orange has been able to do here. Nazmyth, back wall, Drew couldn't get the touch. KeramiK a little bit high, Gotti follows up. 2-0 now. Mountain Drew just couldn't quite find the touch. So close. Even did a solid job of hopping off the post. Very difficult if you've ever played the game of Rocket League to get off that post to try to get that challenge. And although he covered 90% of the nets, it was still Nazmyth able to find that little pocket behind. Now drops it off KeramiK as well. And now the goal's starting to add up. And my apologies, it was Gotti on the last shot rather, and everybody getting involved. That's everybody in the goal column. And we've only played a minute 5 here on this game number 3. Chargers need a breather. That's a solid save there from Jollification, but Pumpkin rushed the shot there. It was wide open on the other end. And that's where that frustration kind of comes in. Another good look from New Haven, but no results to show for it. They've done things right, but when you've only gotten 1 goal in this series, it can feel devastating, especially when you're able to at least apply a little bit of pressure where you want some results to show for it, and when they're just not falling for you, that's where it gets a little bit frustrating. And if you're a Chargers fan, it just feels unfortunate. Nazmyth gonna jump out, get the demo on Drew. This will fall back into the hands of KeramiK, but he played it a little bit too loosely, and Pumpkin was able to challenge into the box. Now Drew a little bit too far back there. Wanted to play third man, maybe playing a little bit more conservatively, though it seems like they should be kind of stepping up a little bit more. But either way, gain possession for a little bit of time. Here's Gotti, shot taken far side. Great recovery there from Mountain Drew to get out. Will look to settle, but there is just no room at all. Nazmyth already on it. KeramiK in transition. This rotation, dirty. And in fact, if Gotti had read that one, that would have been just top tier turns. But no harm done. Another shot taken. Oh, Drew with a big save himself. And there's still 2 minutes in this one. Hasn't been the cleanest of games here from New Haven, but that does not mean that you can take a breath. We know the talent of this team that's across the pitch here. Can't take any time off. Especially, you know, one way to get the confidence of Drew back is that flip reset, the bouncer. But Gotti able to get to it. Now Jollification, the bounce shot gonna go wide. That's that talent I'm talking about from the New Haven Chargers. But no goal on that side. Again. Now KeramiK, flip reset, trying to go low. The defense picks up on it. Bounce shot, saved by KeramiK. That one was a difficult read. Very underrated save in my opinion. Balls in the hands of Mountain Drew. That's Nazmyth. He'll take a shot. Jollification's gonna handle this one. Tap it down to Pumpkin Lad. And he'll try to play out. KeramiK already up in the midfield to challenge all the way up to the ceiling, but he'll drop down to Jollification. Now off the sidewall. He's got to pass. Pumpkin Lad the other way. Shot taken a little high. And KeramiK to clear yet again. The Chargers are so close, and yet still you see Post taking advantage of the positioning here of New Haven. Left high here, KeramiK will play it off the back wall, kill even more time. Down to 18 seconds left, and Post University Orange, they've done everything just so well. Such a well-rounded effort here in the first few games. And they will take game 3 as well. They will be on match point as we head into game number 4. A chance to let history repeat itself if they can get it done. Post University Orange up 3-0 in this series. Look how balanced this score sheet is here. 1 goal apiece from Nazmyth, Gotti, and KeramiK. 1 assist apiece. 1 save apiece. Gotti got an extra one. But Nazmyth has been the pressure maker all series long. Another 7 shots on the board. A total of 13 to the 5 shots of the Chargers. And if I'm the Chargers now, I would definitely be taking a timeout, at least discussing things in the 60 seconds that you have in between matches. Because although they are extremely close, they haven't gotten the results. And if you're Post University Orange, the biggest mistake you can do is by allowing the Chargers to get any kind of traction here, because they've had so many opportunities that have been extremely close, and the score sheet just does not do justice to what New Haven has been able to bring in this series. But that being said, the way that Post Orange has been able to handle business here against the Chargers has been excellent, and it's been very difficult for the Chargers to find anything. And when they do, they've come close, but they haven't gotten the job done. Even one game, if you surrender a game, it still feels very difficult to hold off the charge on the other end from New Haven. But a chance to close out nonetheless. Will it be a round 2 appearance here after this game? Only one way to find out. We crank up game number 4. You're in round 1 of the NECC National Championships on the Post University channel here. Denny in the chat pointing out that, yes, everybody had a shot as well. Everybody had a save as well. Legitimately, everybody had a stat from every category. That's just impressive. And Nazmyth on the board again. Post leads in every game so far to this series. They've drawn blood every single time. And Nazmyth has been a big part of that one. Just able to read, pick it up, and put it in the back of the net to gain the lead. Cannot say enough about this squad. It's like they never missed a beat. If you're just joining us, Nazmyth was not able to make the regular season. Still listed on the roster, though. Makes a resurgence here in the bracket. And it's like these 3 never left. So fortunate for Post University Orange, who has this level of depth. I mean, Spence looked strong in his many appearances throughout this season and their rotations. And then you sub in, I guess, it's technically a sub in right here for Nazmyth. Look at the demo. Hold that thought. Nazmyth credited with 1 again. It was all from the pressure of KeramiK. And look, instead of getting complacent, he jumps out and gets the demo. What a play from KeramiK in order to get the job done there. The setup, the demo, freed up the space. 2-0 Post University Orange. That's just pure work ethic. Got to catch up with Denny at a Stay Plugged In event not too long ago. And he said he looks for these players that are hardworking, that go in, they put in the hours, they do VOD reviews, they figure out how can we get better. And that play from KeramiK is just the definition, the epitome of what Post University Orange, Post University in general, is all about in esports. And now Shaw Vacation can't dig that one out either. Nazmyth, 3-0 now. Gotti on the back wall brings all the attention away from the net, and that forced New Haven into trying to get a very difficult touch off that back wall, and Nazmyth found it instead, beat everybody to it on the back end, and now Bo's running away with it. Starting to get vibes very similar to what we saw last season in the NECC. KeramiK again sidestepped 1. Was able to get it done for 2, and now Pumpkin gets it as far as midfield. And KeramiK actually missing that one. Dove away. I think he was concerned about Mountain Drew and his just presence around him. And now it'll be KeramiK to clear the zone here. Around the corner, and Nazmyth will punch it right back in. Mountain Drew tried to scale the summit to get a clear, but nothing doing here. Qualification will have to bring it off the back wall. Nazmyth follows up, shot taken. Pumpkin will dig it out to keep them alive. But KeramiK trying to end those chances here. Qualification, no boost. Nazmyth knows this and will challenge. They'll go off the back wall too. A difficult raid, and Pumpkin Lad will call off 1 in order to get it out past midfield. Now a mistouch here. Left for it, but again, Gotti knows exactly where to be as third man to step up in this time. This will be high. KeramiK tries the angle. Wasn't able to get the touch. This will be Mountain Drew to try to get the center, but the pressure remains. And Nazmyth wasn't expecting. That's a big clear there for Jollification. Now Pumpkin back to it. Shot taken. Of course, Gotti is there. He's always there. And now with the miss, Jollification just needs to get a touch to try and settle it, but there's no settling. Finally, Pumpkin will just throw it around the boards. It'll be left high though. KeramiK now popped it into the nets. Back towards the net, that is. And here's Nazmyth. Mountain Drew trying to get around this one. KeramiK past one, big clear, under a minute. And Post University Orange with the 3-0 lead in this game 3, where they have the 3-0 lead in this series as well. In the best of 7. It's closeout time now. They just got to kill time, and they know it. Fall back down, though, Mountain Drew. Looking for Jollification, nothing doing. KeramiK right back out. Now we'll turn, shot taken. It's high off the crossbar. Gotti to follow up. Oh, great job from Pumpkin Lad to stay put. At least holding on to the lifeline. Holding on to the defibrillators. That will be required here in the series. They need a few, and they need them fast. But it's going to be so hard to accomplish as the pressure continues and remains. Mountain Drew does get them on the board here with 9 seconds left. The great patience from Pumpkin Lad all the way back from the defensive end to set that up will at least give them one desperate attempt to try to get one, but you need one off the kickoff here with 9 seconds left. Nazmyth does a great job just to pop it high, kill more time. Pumpkin Lad, though, a 50-50 win. Can they get to it? No, they're not able to. Post University Orange will be moving on to round 2 of the NECC National Championship. In a performance that felt a lot like we saw last season in the championship match for the NECC. Another big series from all 3 of these Eagles. What a series it was across the board. Another hat trick from Nazmyth as he gets the job done with 8 shots. He had 7 in the previous one. I'm pretty sure he had a total of 25 shots throughout the course of this series, if I can do my math right. But that's just how you get the job done as a whole from all of the members of this Post University Orange side. Good games across the board to UNH. And this, as the Chargers really did give them a run for their money a little bit earlier in this series. But Post University Orange didn't drop a beat, didn't miss a beat. They were on it since the get-go. And just the full-fledged effort gets the job done. You can tell that these 3 really able to click here in the Emergence Division, and I can't say enough about this entire roster. KeramiK, some big plays. We saw it throughout the course of the season. We see it again, and Gotti just knows that third man role so well. So that'll be an advancement from Post University Orange, and that'll unfortunately do it for New Haven, as they will drop this series and will be eliminated here. And I appreciate everybody watching, tuning in, and supporting the Eagles here in their run here on the NECC side for Rocket League. Again, that'll do it for me here, Bearlight, with you all as usual on the Rocket League side of things for Post University. Until next time, we bid you adieu. Good night.
Into